Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What is it that weighs you down? What invisible chains keep you anchored to memories and burdens that no longer belong to you at this stage of life? After 80, you have the right, the wisdom, and the strength to release those things that have held you back from living a life of true serenity and purpose. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey of liberation where you learn to let go of 5 things that have cluttered your heart, clouded your mind, and dimmed your inner light. This is not an act of forgetting the past, but a conscious decision to step into the beauty of the present, unburdened by what once was. For many years, from the very first moments of our existence, we have been taught to seek validation from the world around us. As children, we learned that our worth was measured by the smiles of our loved ones, the praise of our teachers, and the acceptance of our peers. Over the decades, this need for external validation grew into a relentless pursuit, a chase that forced us to mold ourselves according to expectations that were never truly ours. Now, after 80, you have earned the right to cast aside this endless need for approval. Imagine waking up each day with the calm assurance that your worth is intrinsic, that it has been with you since the day you were born. In releasing the compulsion to constantly please others, you open up space for a deeper, more authentic existence, one where your decisions and actions are guided solely by the quiet wisdom of your own heart. No longer do you need to measure your success by the fleeting accolades or opinions of those around you. Instead, you can revel in the freedom of being exactly who you are, unfiltered and unencumbered by the judgments of the past. As you let go of the need for validation, another weight that may have followed you into your later years is regret. A relentless echo of moments that might have been, of opportunities lost and words left unsaid. Regret is a heavy cloak that many of us have worn for far too long, a constant reminder of choices we wish we could change. But the truth, as you have come to learn with time, is that the past is unchangeable. It is a tapestry woven from experiences that have made you the remarkable person you are today. Instead of allowing regret to stifle your present, see it for what it truly is, a series of lessons that have refined your understanding of life. When you release regret, you are not denying your history. You are honoring it by transforming its weight into wisdom. Picture a life where every day is unburdened by the what-ifs of yesterday, a life where each moment is approached with openness, gratitude, and the joy of knowing that the future is a canvas waiting for your creative touch. By choosing to let go of regret, you invite peace into your heart and create room for a present filled with hope and possibility. In the long and winding journey of life, relationships have always played a central role in shaping who we are. Over the years, you have formed bonds that have provided comfort, strength, and joy, and yet there have been connections that have brought sorrow, stress, and negativity. At 80, the clarity that comes with age allows you to discern which relationships nurture your spirit and which ones drain it. It is time to gently release the ties that bind you to toxic or unfulfilling interactions. When you let go of relationships that no longer contribute to your well-being, you create a space, a sanctuary where only love, support, and genuine care can dwell. Imagine the liberation that comes with knowing that you are free to surround yourself with those who cherish your true self, those who bring out the best in you without expecting you to conform to outdated patterns. This act of releasing toxic connections is not an act of coldness or judgment. It is an act of self-respect. It is a declaration that your energy is too precious to be wasted on interactions that diminish your light. In embracing only those relationships that celebrate and nurture you, you pave the way for a life where every shared moment is filled with warmth, mutual understanding, and the kind of companionship that enriches your soul. Another burden that many of us have carried into our later years is the fear of mortality, a fear that for a long time has haunted our thoughts and cast a shadow over our days. The inevitability of death is a truth that we all must face, and for much of our lives, we have sought to delay or deny its presence through the comforts of modern medicine, busy schedules, or the constant distraction of daily tasks. But after 80, the fear of death can be transformed from a source of anxiety into a profound reminder of the preciousness of life. When you come to accept that death is not an enemy to be battled, but a natural part of the cycle of existence, you begin to see every moment as a treasure. Each laugh, each embrace, each quiet moment of reflection becomes imbued with a significance that transcends the mere passage of time. By letting go of the paralyzing fear of mortality, you free your heart to focus on the beauty of the present. You learn that the true measure of life is not found in the number of years you have lived, but in the depth of the experiences you have embraced. In this light, death is not a looming end, but a gentle reminder to cherish every breath, to live fully in each moment, and to fill your days with actions that reflect the essence of who you are. Perhaps the most insidious burden of all is the belief that after a certain age, change is no longer possible. For decades, the routine of life, the habits formed through years of living, and the belief that this is just who I am can conspire to convince you that evolution is a luxury reserved for the young. Yet the truth is that the human spirit remains capable of growth and transformation, regardless of age. Every day as you rise to meet a new dawn, you are given the opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to reinvent yourself. The experiences that have brought you to 80 are not chains that bind you. They are the very foundation upon which you can build a future full of new possibilities. Imagine the thrill of discovering a new passion, of challenging long-held beliefs, and of opening your heart to experiences that you once thought were beyond your reach. When you let go of the notion that change is impossible, you invite a vibrancy into your life that defies the passage of time. You embrace the idea that every moment is a fresh start, a blank page on which you can write new stories, pursue new interests, and redefine what it means to live a life of true fulfillment. In doing so, you affirm that the capacity for growth is timeless, and that the spark of curiosity and passion burns as brightly now as it ever did. Finally, there is one more weight that may be holding you back: the accumulation of material and mental clutter that has gathered over the years. Our lives are often filled with objects, memories, and expectations that, while once meaningful, have now become sources of distraction and stress. The physical clutter in your home and the mental clutter in your mind can obscure the simple, profound beauty of the present. At 80, you have the wisdom to recognize that less can indeed be more. Imagine the freedom that comes from living in a space that is clear and uncluttered, a space that reflects the peace and simplicity you have come to cherish. By letting go of the unnecessary possessions and mental burdens that no longer serve you, you create room for what truly matters: the joy of everyday moments, the beauty of authentic relationships, and the serenity that comes from living in alignment with your innermost self. This act of decluttering is not about discarding memories or dismissing the past. It is about making room for a future that is unburdened by the weight of what has accumulated over time. It is an invitation to focus on the quality of your experiences rather than on the quantity of things that surround you. Now imagine waking each day with a renewed sense of clarity, a mind unburdened by the need for validation, a heart free from the chains of regret, and a spirit uplifted by relationships that nourish your soul. Picture a life where the fear of death no longer casts a shadow, where the possibility of change fills you with hope, and where every moment is celebrated for its inherent beauty. In this life, the final chapters are not written in sorrow or resignation, but in the ink of liberation, purpose, and unbridled joy. Reflect on the journey that has brought you here, a journey marked by triumphs, challenges, love, and loss. Every experience, every scar, every smile is a testament to the resilience of your spirit. And now, as you stand at the threshold of a future unburdened by the weights of the past, you have the power to choose what you will carry forward. You have the power to let go of the need for approval that once dictated your every move, to release the regret that has long held you captive, to walk away from relationships that no longer honor your worth, to transform the fear of mortality into a celebration of life, and to embrace the endless possibilities of change. In doing so, you open the door to a life of serenity and purpose, a life where every day is a precious gift, each moment an opportunity to create beauty and meaning. Today, I urge you to take that courageous step. Embrace the freedom that comes with shedding the burdens of the past and step into a future where your days are filled with clarity, peace, and the profound joy of living authentically. The journey ahead is yours to shape, a journey defined not by the weight of what once was, but by the limitless potential of what can be. Let the light of your inner wisdom guide you, and let each new day be a celebration of the remarkable, ever-evolving person you are. Thank you for choosing to walk this path of transformation. May your days be filled with the serenity of a clear mind, the joy of a liberated heart, and the boundless purpose that comes from embracing life fully beyond the age of 80